Now on to, we join William Woolard for tonight's report on the first day of the RAC Rally.
Five days, 3 countries, 33 stages, 350 miles. The challenge is real. The biggest, longest, most grueling rally for over 30 years. Everyone watching, everyone waiting, hanging on every stage mile. This is the 2023 Roger Albert Clark Rally.
Welcome to RAC Rally Report on day one of the 2023 Roger Albert Clark Rally. I'm Paul Woodford and I've been joined all day by Phil Bramwell and Matt Cotton as we've brought you a fantastic array of action and reaction from the stages here on the first leg of the competition. A 38.5 mile schedule today to ease our cruise into the challenge that lies ahead, and what a challenge. 350 stage miles, 3 countries, 5 days. The most grueling and certainly the longest rally for over 30 years. What a day it has been as well. Drama from the very first stage. But before all of that, the rally got underway with a ceremonial town start last night in Carmarthen, and what a spectacle that was in itself. Thousands, literally thousands of rally fans and probably casual observers, and boy do we need those in our sport, lining the streets of Carmarthen as our stars, and they are stars, went through the start ramp to start this epic adventure. Here's a bit of a flavour of what went on as the RAC rally got underway last night.
Marty, we had a chat earlier at the pre-rally forum, and you gave the other drivers a few tips on how to become a 3-time champion, and what you said was, don't forget the times when it didn't go as well.
That's correct, yeah. We've put in a lot of hard work over this rally over the years, and yes, the last 3 times we've been ultimately successful, but those the first 3 times, every time it was disaster and heartache, and it can be, you know, this event is one of the toughest events that there is out there for that reason. Like, you know, it can go horribly wrong at a very early stage. Like in 2008, I think it was, I was on the first corner of a 30-stage event and I had a park bench. And we continued on for the next 2 days, 3 days maybe, and day 3 then eventually we broke the car and went off the road. So there's lots of lessons. I've broke cam belts, blown engines. I went off the road leading the rally a few times. So it is a tough event, and yes, okay, the last 3 times we've been lucky, but it takes a lot of things to fall in line to get you over that finish line on Monday afternoon.
What an incredible atmosphere down here at the start. I know you're looking forward to getting into Wales and doing some rallying. You've had a good test. How are you feeling?
Feeling great. Obviously, you can see the atmosphere tonight. It's amazing. For a classic historic rally like this, it's amazing. You see the fans are passionate, eager for rallying again. Yeah, amazing.
It feels a little more than a historic classic rally, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, it feels like a WRC event now, even better, you know, so fantastic, really, really good.
What's your plan for the event? Because this is your first time on these stages. You've done a test, but you've never driven the car before. Your name and the iconic rallies that you do for a day job obviously bring some pressure, but you're not feeling it, are you?
No, I don't feel the pressure. You know, it's so different, something completely different, and it's not my pace notes, so I don't really know how I should rely on them. So I need to start out tomorrow, checking how it is, and then we'll see.
Ocean. Here we are, surrounded by rally fans, and you've got a very smart-looking Rothmans style rally suit as well for this grueling 350-mile adventure. You just look like you're enjoying every minute.
Yeah, it's good to see a good crowd, to be honest. You know, it's hard not to have a crowd for such a prestigious event, and yes, nice that the weather's holding off, and we've got a good crowd here. But yeah, you're on about the overalls. They're a bit tighter than what they were 2 years ago. So
they look fantastic, though. I wasn't here 2 years ago. I was in a studio somewhere, so I never got the glory of them in the flesh, as it were.
Yeah, they're fancy enough. They'll do the job. So I wore these last year on the one day, and I was pretty fast, but I took them off for the last day, and things went wrong. So they might be my lucky charm. So I'll have to keep them on for as long as I can.
Definitely. So don't take them off now. It's quite cold out here. Your plan for this event, then, because you were in the fight on that last day, last time, and the entertainment you gave us all, and people watching at home. Plus, we all felt that moment with you. You're going to want to not repeat, but you do want to still be in that fight come day 5, don't you?
Yeah, we've got to be there or thereabouts. I think we have to be quite smart. We still have to go. There's obviously a good bunch of guys here that can win. There's probably about 15 really. Yes. So we don't want to get left behind, but we want to be there or thereabouts. And if we need to turn the tempo up a bit, we will. But again, to be first, you have to be at the finish before you get there.
Chris Ingram in a TR7 V8. And by the way, nobody has seen one of those driven quite like I think you're going to drive it since 1978.
Yeah, it's going to be so special. Really grateful to David Appleby for the opportunity. The car's an animal.
It wasn't that long ago. It was 13 years ago. We sat in a junior car together, and I couldn't believe how you were left foot braking. Look at what you've done since then, and the hype around you coming back in a TR7 V8 in a historic car, given what you've achieved in the last few years, is really incredible to see. Everybody's been feeling it with you. You've just got a massive smile on your face. All the photos and the build-up in the tests. You just look like this is, what you came into the sport to do, to get involved in projects like this.
Yeah, it's you've hit the nail on the head, to be honest. It's a great opportunity. It's such a classic event. I've never done anything like this before, so it's going to be a massive challenge for us, and the event's twice as long as WRC. So yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing for it, but I know it's going to be tough, and I think I've probably got the hardest job. The car was only finished last week. I need to get it through to the end for the team, and Hannah's jumped in last minute. Big thanks to her.
We need to bring Hannah in, actually. Sorry, guys. Can I interrupt? Hannah, can you join us in this? Because Chris has just said you were thrown in at last minute, and you absolutely were. And what a monster to be thrown in at last minute on.
Yeah, no, sometimes it's better not to think about these things and just get on with it.
Are you looking forward to the adventure?
Yeah, of course I am. I mean, it's a dream to do the RAC, and to do it in a top car with Chris is just, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, really. So really looking forward to it.
I was just saying to Chris, nobody has seen a TR7 V8 driven at the end of the field that we're all expecting Chris to be driving it at this weekend, not to put the pressure on him. That must be quite exciting to be part of this hype and this excitement that's building around the event in general, but you guys coming back to do it in this rally car.
Yeah, definitely. It's been lovely in service, seeing everyone admiring the hard work that the Applebys have put into it, and yeah, it's fantastic, and really looking forward to feeling what it's like on the stages.
Chris, tell us about the Tash.
We're supporting Movember charity, so it's a great idea from James Appleby, and we're raising as much money as we can for a great cause. And I just want to also say I'm thinking of Alex, who's had a tough time at the moment, and yeah, it's a shame he can't join us for this rally, but I'm sure Hannah's going to do him proud.
Chris, hopefully you're not going to be sleeping in the car this year.
Yeah, that's an experience not to be repeated. Bryn's in there now. We became closer after that, has to be said. Once you slept with a man, you know him better.
I've got to say, though, you styled it out. You actually videoed yourselves inside the car. That was a tumultuous year, though, wasn't it? It was difficult.
Yeah, I think when you hear 150-year-old beech trees snapping in the night, you don't really think you can sleep, because I couldn't see where the trees were, the street lights were down. One of those experiences that you could chalk off on the book of life. Glad we did it. The organisers dealt with it really well. Yeah. The main aim for this one is not to crash on the first stage like I did last time.
You, like me, grew up with this as your thing, rallying, and lots of people, when we were watching rallying when we were younger, people were everywhere. This feels a bit like that.
Yeah, the RSC has the ability, doesn't it, to draw the old crowds out, and also on the stages you find yourself 12 miles from anywhere and there'll be a huddle of people. It's lovely. Yeah. It reminds us that there is still a big following for it, and if you could configure it correctly in this country, I think people would go back out into the woods. But sadly, I think those times are past now.
Well, John Millington said to me earlier, and he needs no introduction to anybody in rallying at all. He said, this is a bit like we've got our World Rally Championship round back. That's how it felt to him on the build-up.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the problem is what manufacturers are going to support a load of old sheds driving around. But the reality is they're not. They are so well prepared. I mean, what's amazing is you follow all the escorts down the road and just see new bits. Everything's new. New axles, new bars, new everything. You just think, wow, people have really spent money on this.
See,
I love
these Mark IIs during the year on other rallies, and I'm sure they make more effort for this one. I'm sure that they refresh everything.
Well, I think you don't stand a chance of finishing it unless you start with new. What's left of your car after 5 days? I mean, I think wear and tear, you're looking at a season and a half in 5 days, probably, maybe even 2 seasons. It's brutal. So it's, fair play to everyone that turns up. I just love the atmosphere. It is the single best motorsport event I've been a part of, the last one I did, just in its scope, in the sense of achievement, just finishing it, in the friendliness of the competitors and the spectators. I sound a bit glib and cheesy, but it was amazing. Yeah. Not everything's like that. You go to a miserable paddock at Brands Hatch and everyone's scowling at you. It's not always like this, as you know. No.
This is incredible. You've got Stratuses, you've got TR7 V8s, and by the way, no one this side of our generation would have seen one of those in action properly.
Heard one. So it is a bit of an escort fest. That's why I'm really proud to be flying the native.
Well, we know the world knows you're a Porsche man, but why this?
Because I spoke to Richard. I was a bit disorganised. My escort is ready to go, but I begged him. I said, look, I'd like to have a go in a Porsche. And he said, OK, we'll sort a deal out. And I'm really, really pleased that I'm in one. Mine's the odd-looking one, but...
Show us the wheel arches.
Look, it's got RSI wheel arches, look. And Ickle tyres. So she looks like a safari car, basically, or an ice car. It looks like an ice car, doesn't it? But so what? From the inside, it just sounds magnificent. Yeah. And it's... I'd like to say it's quick, but I've never done more than a yard on a stage. Not tested it. So tomorrow is all testing. It's such a long event. Last time I got it wrong. We tested twice. I was all ready to go, but I threw it off on the first stage. Wrong mentality. Start slow, see what happens.
It's no secret that I'm pretty excited about this year's Roger Albert Clark Rally. In fact, we all are, and rightly so. But one of the things that excites me is I feel like an 8-year-old lad again, stood with my dad, watching rally cars by the side of the stage. Okay, so the stages have changed since those days, and so have quite a few other things, but some really important parts of that package still remain, and we're going to be bringing a flavour of them to you so you can live it with us at home all the way through the Roger Albert Clark Rally over the next 5 days here in Wales, then in Scotland, and back down to England when we finish on Monday. But one of the things that we have set out to do on Special Stage and here at the Roger Albert Clark Rally is inspire the next generation of rally fan, rally driver, rally media, perhaps. And we got a really nice opportunity to do that very thing last night at the Ceremonial Start in the town centre in Carmarthen. A young lad called Ocean introduced himself to me. It will come as no surprise to you who his favourite driver is. Yeah, Mr. Price himself. And we introduced them, of course. But what we also did was, well, start this little lad on his way to perhaps a future in our sport. You see, he wants to be a rally reporter when he's older. So we thought, well, there's no better time to start than right now in the present. So Ocean is the newest member of our team here at Special Stage, and he's going to be bringing us a video diary from the side of the stage where he's spending the entire rally. Got a couple of days off school, but I hear in these parts that's an authorised absence, and I approve. He's spending the entire rally with his mum and dad out marshalling. He's absolutely loving the experience, and from tomorrow night we will bring you some of Ocean's video diary. And I know You're going to absolutely love this, and so are we. Thank you for joining the team, Ocean, and thank you for saying hello last night and telling us about your dreams and ambitions, because we've all been there, haven't we? Here's what happened when we met Ocean last night in Carmarthen Town Centre.
As you can see, Carmarthen Town Centre is absolutely bustling, and I'm about to speak to a young man called Ocean, but not the one you think. Ocean, are you excited to be out here watching the rallying and getting ready for this start of the RAC Rally?
Yeah.
Yeah? I remember vividly being around your age watching the RAC Rally as it used to be, and I couldn't see much over people's heads either. But believe me, one day you'll realise it's a good thing that you can't see rally cars for people, because that means by the time you get older, rallying is going to be back at its best and its most popular. What do you like best about rallying?
It's fast and it's kind of challenging.
It's going to be very challenging, isn't it? Have you got a favourite driver?
Yeah.
Go on.
Ocean Price.
I thought you might say that. So Ocean Price nearly won last year, didn't he? Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you spoken to him tonight?
No.
Well, we need to make sure that you speak to Ocean tonight, don't we? Is he around now? I don't suppose he's around. He's gone down to have his conversation down there, hasn't he? But we'll make sure that you speak to him tonight in this town centre. Enjoy the rally, and we want to catch up with you later on and find out what your favourite bit was. So if you wouldn't mind getting Dad to do a video diary for us during the rally, would that be okay? We get your thoughts each day?
So am I.
Right, so we've managed to find Big Ocean
Yeah.
to introduce the little Ocean. So I'm going to let you have a quick chat with him on the microphone ahead of the rally. There you are. Ocean, meet Ocean.
Hello, Ocean.
Hello.
Are you looking forward?
Yes.
Who's going to win?
You?
Good answer.
Over the years, rallying has changed, and some of the little details that we all loved about this sport have fallen by the wayside. Some with good reasons, some just because things change. The Roger Albert Clark Rally is an excuse for the organisers and the competitors to bring back a few of those details, and while they might be brought back for practical reasons, you'll see what I mean in a minute, we love that they're back because it gives a feel of the RAC Rally of old. Remember when you used to be on a road section? I remember when I was a young lad and we stopped and the Lancia team was servicing on the RAC Rally near York, where the B&Q is, near York. Now they were pulled up in a lay-by there. You don't find that anymore. But this week, you do. And we came across Richard Tuthill and his team at the side of the road in a lay-by, just like the old days. Here's what happened earlier when we caught up with Richard and the team during a management service.
There are a whole load of elements that you might not see at first glance about the Roger Albert Clark Rally that throw us right back into the RAC Rally of old. One of the things is management service halts. And as you can see, Richard Tuthill's team are at the side of the road in a lay-by, just like the good old days, in between stages, just changing a few things on the car. Let's have a quick word and find out how the team are doing and what exactly they're changing on the car at the side of the road here. Stefan and Richard are inside the car while the service team work on the Porsche. Richard, sorry to interrupt. This is like the good old days of the RAC, and we couldn't help but stop and find out how you're doing and what exactly the team are doing to the Porsche.
We've just changed tyres, so we're going on to the softest compound for this afternoon. Looking at the times we've just done through there, we should have been on them earlier. So we're just having a play with compound since this morning. So we're hemorrhaging a bit of time whilst we get ourselves sorted, which is a bit disappointing, but we'll be fine.
These are the details that we love about the Roger Albert Clark Rally. I know from your point of view as a competitor, part of you is just glad that you're able to do it because you can't do this on most rallies these days, but there must be a part of you that thinks this is pretty cool.
We spend our lives in Africa doing this, so we're used to it all the time, servicing on the side of the road. But losing time on stages isn't cool, but we'll work on that this afternoon and tomorrow. But we're finding our way, but it's all good.
I'm sure that when the event is said and done, the competitors do enjoy the details and it's not lost on them, but for now, as you can see, they're very much in rally mode, and it's all about just getting the car actually set up properly and using whatever advantage they can gain. And if stopping in a lay-by to meet the team and change the tyres is what it takes, then that is what they'll do. That is what the RAC Rally used to be about, and you know what? I'm delighted that we've got a little bit of that back.
So we've done the build-up, we've brought you some of the details that we love about the Roger Albert Clark Rally already on day one, and we're going to be bringing you loads more features and cool stories that come out of the service area and the stages as we go through this epic adventure. But there is the small matter of a competition out there on the stages going on, and I'm sure by now you're wanting an update and some highlights of the action from day one of the Roger Albert Clark Rally. So here's how the story has unfolded here in Wales for day one. Day one of the Roger Albert Clark Rally was supposed to be the easier one, at least on paper, bedding people in for a long week of rallying ahead. But that wasn't to be the case out on the stages today. The lead changing hands a number of times and with plenty of drama out there as well. It would eventually be Ocean Price and Rodri Evans leading the event coming out of the final stage of the day.
Yeah, I wouldn't say perfect. We've done all right, you know. It's nothing seems to be, you know, if you get a perfect day on a rally like this, you're doing really well. But no, happy with how it's gone. We've had a few issues. We've experimented with a few things. Obviously, stage one was my test, which went well. So yeah, happy. You know, Rodri's done a good job. He's had big shoes to fill, and he's done a great job. So car's been quite good. We can improve a few things for tomorrow, and yeah, maybe the driver will be a bit more on it tomorrow.
That advantage, and it wasn't a comfortable one, had originally been over Chris Meek and Noel O'Sullivan, who themselves had taken the lead briefly as well on stage two, showing us ever so briefly that pace that we were expecting to see, only to lose that with a puncture on stage four, and that was the start of their problems. They pulled over to fix that, but worse was to come. The pair stopping with a problem on the car in stage six, which turned into a backfire coming through the carburettor, leading to a small fire. The drama was averted, but the car will be going no further. That then was an opportunity for Oliver Solberg, who'd been showing us his pace all day, despite this being his first time on these Welsh stages. He and Martin McCormack would now fight it out for the podium positions, and it would be Solberg with Elliot Edmondson alongside, taking second at the end of day one, closing the gap to the leaders to just a single second. A chasing position, but nevertheless a good performance today.
Yeah, very good for sure. I don't know, I took 10 seconds in there, so very happy, and for sure it's been a great day. Super tough, but amazing, you know, to keep up with the guys first time. It's amazing, and great fights.
And for a man who knows how to bolt all of the various pieces of an event like this together, Martin McCormack, Barney Mitchell alongside three-time event winners here on the Roger Albert Clark. It will be third place overnight, doing exactly what they needed to do, and they were happy. They know all too well it is a long event, 4 more days to fight it out on these stages, and we double the mileage in the morning. Marty, I think we'll describe that as not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all. Really happy with that now. But a bit of drama of the day with a bit of a shorting on the engine, nearly had an engine fire. So we had a bit of a drama of the day, didn't think we'd be coming any further. And we're here, I don't know where we're at, but we're keeping in touch. We're a lot higher than I expected. So
you were third coming into this last one. We've not seen a time for this.
No, that's bang on. So somebody said we're one slower than Ocean in there, but Solberg was a lot quicker, so that's good. I'm more than happy with that. I'm really chuffed to be where I'm at. And tomorrow's going to be tough again, you know, but we'll keep grinding on, do what we're doing, and we're very happy.
You know how to play this game, and this is a very good start.
Very good start. Very happy.
So the crews that made it through today have ticked off 38.5 miles of the 350 miles that make up the 2023 Roger Albert Clark Rally route. A route which means this is the most challenging, the longest rally for over 30 years. Just let that sink in. Our crews have studied the road book. They've watched the DVD of the stages. They've got their pace notes sorted for tomorrow. They know something about the challenge which lies ahead. But the one thing that nobody knows is what the weather's going to do. Apart from Abby, she knows.
So the weather for the Roger Albert Clark Rally on Friday is looking pretty decent. It's going to be a mostly dry day, maybe just an isolated light shower in the morning where there'll be quite a lot of cloud too. But into the afternoon, lots of sunshine. Feeling cooler than it has been though. Highs of around 10 degrees Celsius. Chillier than that though in the northerly winds. Have fun, stay safe.
Thank you, Abby. And Abby will be back over the next 4 days to give us a weather update for each day of the Roger Albert Clark Rally, which is all well and good. I could have done with a weather update, however, when I arrived on Wednesday, though. And let's just say that the grass at Scrutineering was a bit wetter than I thought, and my Ford Puma ST is a bit less of a rally car than I clearly thought. Luckily, I'm not sure if it was lucky or not actually, there was one of our rally teams on hand to help.
Top TV presenter, stuck in the mud. Go, 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 go! Woo! I'll leave you inside the road, keep going. Good help from the Strasser team. That'll be 25.
I've just got a feeling that I'm not going to live that one down, am I? It's when you look right and think, oh God, everyone's got their camera phone out, and people beat me to it, and it was up online before I could limit the damage. Thank you to Dave and Jamie Forrest and their team for pushing me out, because we would have been even later for tonight's show if I was still stuck at the showground in Carmarthen. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's rally report. We've crammed as much as we can in there. That was a very short highlights package because we've had so much to do here on day one. We're going to have a much more detailed highlights package and focus in on some of the classes on tomorrow night's rally report, which I know will please some of you. You're all cheering on from home, cheering on your favourite drivers, local drivers from your local motor clubs, people you're related to, dad's out rallying, your sons, your daughters are out rallying. We're going to cover as many of them as possible throughout our live coverage and the rally report programmes as we go through the next 4 days of the RAC rally. So don't worry, that was a very, very small highlights package for tonight. I've got to say happy birthday to Paul Rawson. He's 62 or 26 by the time I got to them, and the candles had changed round on the cake, but the team had a little celebration in service that was cut short because they had oil pressure problems on the Escort in the last stage, so Mike Curry was looking pretty stressed by the time I got over there. But happy birthday, mate. What a way to celebrate your birthday. A quick leaderboard update in case you haven't been keeping up to date with where we are. You can follow the live results if you go to the Roger Albert Clark website or the social media pages, of course. But Ocean Price does lead the way, so perhaps the newest member of our team, young Ocean, has brought him some luck, but only by a second, which sets up a thrilling fight as we go out of the blocks tomorrow morning back here in Wales for day two, doesn't it? Oliver Solberg right behind him, Martin McCormack in third place, exactly where he's happy to be at this stage. Paul Barrett behind. Had a bit of a tough day out there, but was smiling. He really enjoyed himself. Jason Pritchard had a really tough day, but he's back in fifth place, and he knows what to do from those kinds of positions. And we've got 4 days ahead of us. Shortest day done, not even the mileage of a BTRDA event today. So there we go. Seb Perez back in sixth. Barry McKenna 7th. Ben Friend in 8th place. Catherine McCourt 9th. And Gareth James in 10th. Just quickly to touch on the categories. Category 1 sees Martin Linden and Ricard Forsell in the Volvo. How cool is that Volvo PV544 leading the way. Pete Simpson, Mark Butler in the Anglia. Fantastic looking thing. Love to see those out. You saw one on our intro as well. Going well. Then Paul Mankin, Graham Wild, not out in the Clan Crusader unfortunately, but we might see that one day. Hey, they're in the Lotus Cortina in third place. Category 2 is Robert Woodside and Dean Beckett leading the way in the Porsche. Mike Stewart, Sinclair Young in the RS 1600 and an RS 1600 in third place. Craig Jones and Ian Taylor. In Cat 3, it's Martin McCormack and Barney Mitchell up front. Barry McKenna, James Fulton, second place. Then Ben Friend and Cliffy Simmons. Cat K for the FIA registered cars. Ocean Price and Rodri Evans in first. Oliver Solberg, Elliot Edmondson in a very impressive second place. They've never been on these stages. Don't underestimate that challenge. The playing field is well and truly levelled. And Paul Barrett and Gordon Noble in third place. In the Safari class, which is a lot of fun, there's some real characters in that class. Federico Polisi and Nicola Arena are in first place. Frank Tundo, Alan Jones had a bit of a trip up a bank in the TR7 V8, another one, and they're in second. And Nick Mason and Pete Smith, who you will see features from, they've done 9 Safari rallies before coming here to the Roger Albert Clark Rally. I bet they find this tougher, by the way. You'll see some features in the rally report over the next few days. Thank you to you if you've been joining us today. We've been trying to keep on top. Phil Bramhill, Matt Cotton and Beck Simpson, who was out with him, and myself as well, with some of the comments. Just while we've been on air tonight, some of the comments have made me laugh. A few people asking if I was having my hair done, and that's why we were late getting on air. Couldn't possibly tell you that now, could I, as tricks of the trade. But no, sorry about the delay. We'll try and be on time for the rest of the evenings. Daniel Forsyth has really enjoyed this. Thank you for tuning us. Hugh Davies said he saw Ingram was in 4th on the last stage, up to 15th overall. Lee Stant enjoying the coverage. Mike Billett, what a great day it's been. I think he's been out on the stages. His brother has been fixing the carbs on the Cadet. That will be Stuart McLaren then, won't it? Hello to my family watching at home. My little boys are getting to stay up a little bit later to watch the first RAC Rally Report, which is really cool. Tetley's dad enjoying the coverage. So many of you enjoying the coverage. Trina Dunn loves the jacket. So does Mark Talbot. And music as well. The music. We'll have some more of that in a minute. Paul Ritchie's watching from Michigan in the USA. Do you know what? Thank you so much to all of you. The comments are still coming in, and we'll get to as many of them as we can through the week. And we'll have some competitions as well, including the chance to win a scale model of Seb Perez's actual Amigos tequila flavoured beer, Lancia Stratos. So more details on that as we go through the week here on RAC Rally Report. But you guys commenting and getting involved is exactly how you will be put in the draw to win some of the cool prizes that we've got for you. We also want you to get involved by, if you are on the stages, sending us your videos and your WhatsApps on photos and various bits and pieces. We've already got a number out for the Roger Albert Clark Rally, of course, on their Facebook page, but we'll put a direct line to the studio, direct WhatsApp line to the studio out later, so look out for that. And if you are on the stages, or if you're at home and there's something you want to share with us, perhaps you're having a house party at the weekend to watch the Roger Albert Clark coverage, we would fully approve. Do send us some video and photos of that. Kirk Davies enjoying the coverage. Everyone seems to be enjoying this jacket. By the way, this is Mark Lovell's 1982 RAC Rally jacket. Thanks to Steve Herbert for getting that to me, because I think it fits our retro theme pretty well, doesn't it? And this backdrop is from the actual backdrop that William Woolard would have used. I've spoken to him in the build-up to this, by the way, and I've got a feeling that he's watching along with us. He's certainly here in spirit. Just a bit of housekeeping. If you are spectating on the stages over the next 4 days, we have to be really careful. There's so many eyes on this event, and that's just one more reason to make sure we're doing everything right. If you're spectating, please make sure you stood in a safe place. If you don't know how to spectate safely, go on to the Motorsport UK website. There are loads of tips and handy guides to spectating. You can do a quick Marshall's guide as well, a bit of Marshall training if you're coming out spectating. If you're bringing the kids, please make sure you're stood well back and you're listening to the marshals. You're not moving along the stage, you're not moving along the side when the cars are coming. Just be really safe out there and do listen to the marshals, and have a look on the Facebook page. That has come in the last 20 minutes that the organisers just wanted to remind you to please spectate safely. Let's protect what we've done here this week so far. We're only on day one, and already the eyes of the world are on the Roger Albert Clark Rally once again, and the numbers on this live coverage over the last day or so have been utterly staggering. Thank you for that. Help us to protect it and make sure that when you're spectating safely. So we are going to be live with you throughout the Roger Albert Clark Rally. I can't overstate that. We're going to be live every single day. In the morning, Matt Cotton's getting up earliest tomorrow for Friday stage. He's back here in Wales, and he's going to be live from 8 a.m. for reaction from the first regroup after that first stage in the morning. So tune in for that on the Roger Albert Clark Facebook page, and then we'll be live on Facebook and YouTube and on the Motorsport UK TV. That's the right one, isn't it, Producer Wayne? There it is. During the day, because we'll be live from 11 a.m. from My Heron. We've got some classic Welsh stages tomorrow. Sweet Lamb, My Heron, where else? Haffron. Honestly, tomorrow we double the mileage. And if you thought today was a challenge, and by the way, we didn't think 38 miles would be such a challenge for our crews today. It was. Tomorrow is going to be even more so, and then we've got that long road journey up to Scotland, and the last person out of Wales, please switch the lights out on the way out, and we'll bring you live coverage right through this event. We'll be back tomorrow night 8 p.m. on Top Gear Rally Report, and Little Ocean will be here with his video update. I think I'm looking forward to that more than anything else we're going to be doing this week. It's all about inspiring the next generation, isn't it? Right, we're going to let you get some sleep, and we're going to get some sleep. Actually, that's a lie. We've got some more work to do before tomorrow's shows. But we're absolutely loving this. This is such a privilege. Thank you to the organisers, to the marshals, the army of volunteers, to Matt Cotton and Bex Hinton, who I know have worked so hard on the build-up from a media perspective, to all of the competitors and everybody else involved in this event. This is the adventure of a lifetime, and you're getting to live it with us thanks to
Amigos tequila flavoured beers. Steve Perez, his brand, sponsoring this live RAC, Roger Albert Clark, rally coverage this week. Right, without further ado, thank you for tuning in tonight. We will see you tomorrow. I might even change the outfit. Shall we roll the music again? See you tomorrow.